Did you watch the Stowaway film and catch those 3 life lessons? Let's talk about them. Welcome to Lessons from Shows, and thanks for tuning in. If you spend a lot of time watching movies and TV shows and love to reflect back on the lessons you can take away from them, then you're going to love this channel. So click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. On this episode, we're talking about the Stowaway film on Netflix, which had a very realistic and bleak ending. There will be spoilers beyond this point, so with that being said, let's jump right in. Coming in number 3, if you had to make a difficult decision when all the options are bad, you must have the courage to do what is morally right.
We only have enough oxygen board for 2 people. We can't make it to Mars with Michael on board.
The 3 main characters had to decide whether someone should live because that person's life determined if they all survive. It was a difficult decision and all the options had consequences. The simplest option was to all agree this person should die because the good of the many outweighed the good of the few. But Zoe, played by Anna Kendrick, refused to settle for the simple solution.
Hold on. You're gonna talk to him today? What are we gonna do? Ask him to walk out of the airlock? Exactly how much time do we have before it's too late? If there's really nothing we can do, we have to take someone's life. Is it unreasonable to just take that time and make sure we've gone over everything?
It takes courage to go against the majority, especially if it means everyone has to sacrifice something. I found myself thinking, would I make the same decision that Zoe made? I hope that I would. It's just self-preservation is a powerful motivator that causes us to think out of survival instinct without caring about the needs of others. But this character was a good reminder that we must try to make sure everyone survives. 2020 brought challenges that we never thought we would face in our lifetime, but it made it clear that as health, financial, social, and environmental issues continue to heighten, we all have to make difficult decisions when there aren't good options. In 2020, when I was the manager of 100+ people, I had to make some difficult decisions when there wasn't good options, and I kept challenging myself to think about the most humane way to handle those situations. It was tough, but it helped me sleep better at night. Number 2, you've got to control your emotions so your emotions don't control you.
You don't have to do this.
There's nothing else to do.
We don't know that.
This is... it's hopeless, you know?
It isn't.
All 4 characters reacted to their reality in different ways. This was a life or death situation, and the reactions were all over the place. Each of the characters were scared and sad, but it was Zoe who had the skill to master her emotions so she can figure out solutions. Most of us are not taught how to productively perform when under extreme pressure or crisis, but it's a skill we all need. When your brain is feeling stressed, it can't think of solutions and it makes mistakes easier. So when faced with stressful situations, but productivity is needed, you have to choose to maintain calmness so your brain can still function at a high level. In 2020, most people reacted to the pandemic with panic, fear, and frustration. And while I felt those same emotions, I couldn't allow them to control me because I was in a leadership position. Which brings me to number 1. To be a leader during a crisis, you must be humble enough to learn from the people around you.
Guys, this is not a call for a solution. The entirety of Hyperion is down there trying to figure this out. I'm only telling you this because I need you to be mentally prepared for what's going to happen.
Tony, played by Marina Barnett, was the leader of this craft, and this was supposed to be her final mission. At the opening of the movie, we see that Tony is in control and confident since she's been doing this for a long time, so this makes her crew in awe of her. But when the hits the fan, Tony's leadership skills are tested when Tony finds out there is damage on the ship. We see her panic, do things through secrecy, sign off on ending Michael's life, then act as a leader. Tony's actions or lack of actions don't make her a bad person, but they do demonstrate her leadership and maturity. When you are in a leadership position, you have to be the source of calm and direction for your team. If they see you panic, they will panic. But if they see you are compassionate and solution focused, they'll do the same. Zoe's character challenged Toni, which shook her out of panic mode and into leadership mode. This allowed her to make calls that benefited her team.
I still need this crew to be able to perform critical tasks. No, they cannot do that if they are devastated by guilt. Well, I'm taking the 10 days.
And coach her team through a difficult event.
Guys, listen. You two never trained for anything with this much complexity. So keep your cool, over-communicate, and take your time. Do not rush.
Toni started to follow Zoe's cue and set the tone for the rest of the mission. She saw that the determination and hope Zoe had and understood that's really what her team needed. Before I give this movie a score based on life lessons and share some other tidbits that are good, open up your browser or open up a new tab and type in lessonsfromshows.com. This is going to allow you to join the Show Buff Squad. Again, that's lessonsfromshows.com. All right, now for the Lessons from Shows rating, I give this movie 3 claps.
Take square cartridges. The ones on the limb are round.
Tell me this isn't a government operation.
This just isn't a contingency we've remotely looked at.
Those CO2 levels are going to be getting toxic.
Well, I suggest you gentlemen invent a way to put a square peg in a round hole. Rapidly.
It felt realistic. Like, it wasn't grandiose and over the top, and there was no happy ending, which is kind of real to life. Like, sometimes there is not a happy ending when you're in a very difficult situation. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with this rating. If you think there are lessons I missed or you have a different interpretation of the scenes I mentioned, then drop your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a like so that more people get clued up on the lessons and shows. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all next time.